Tesla Model S Plaid is the Usain Bolt of the car world. Line it up at a drag strip and it'll outsprint pretty much anything on the road today. The Model S hatchback practicality and access to Tesla's supercharger network are big pluses too. Unfortunately, the Model S also has some big drawbacks, such as a frustrating interface, the steering yoke, specifically, and disappointing fit and finish. The Tesla Model S is one of the first successfully mass-produced EVs in the world. When it was released in 2012, its long driving range and tech proved that EVs are a viable mode of transportation, and it helped start the shift to an all-electric future we are seeing today. The Model S is still Tesla's flagship model. It costs twice as much as the smaller Model 3 sedan, and it shares the interior, and many of the same electric components and tech, found in the Model X, Tesla's largest SUV. The appeal of the Model S starts on the spec sheet. The base 2023 Model S has dual electric motors that provide all-wheel drive plus a 100 kWh battery pack. That combo is good for an impressive EPA estimated driving range of up to 405 miles on a full charge. The 1,020 horsepower 3-motor Model S Plaid is the range-topping Model S and one of the quickest accelerating production vehicles in the world. Both versions also boast a convenient and roomy liftback-style cargo area and access to Tesla's nationwide network of supercharger fast charging stations that makes charging on the go easy. Unlike most other automakers, Tesla makes rolling updates to its vehicles rather than waiting for a brand new model year to occur. Recent updates include pricing reductions and a swivel function for the center touchscreen. For 2023, the most notable change so far is the return of a traditional steering wheel, at least as an option. It's a welcome change as we never liked the aircraft-style steering yoke that Tesla added to the car a couple of years ago. The steering yoke is neat in theory but is awkward to use when you're making a lot of steering inputs, like during a U-turn. If you aren't sold on the Model S, you now have a few other choices from automakers that have recently introduced all-electric models. The BMW i7, Lucid Air, Mercedes-Benz EQS and Porsche Taycan are relative newcomers, and they make compelling alternatives that excel in categories such as comfort, luxury, design and build quality. The thrust and speed delivered by this tri-motor-powered sedan is nothing short of mind-bending. In Edmund's test, the Model S boxes rocketed from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.3 seconds and crossed the quarter-mile mark in 9.4 seconds at 150.8 miles per hour. It is the fastest vehicle by a good margin, surpassing the previous Model S performance, 2.9 seconds and 11.1 seconds, respectively, or sport coupes like the Lamborghini Huracan Evo, 2.8 and 10.8 seconds, respectively. The Model S is also as easy to drive as a golf cart, despite its 1,020 horsepower. The Model S Plaid's world-beating speed doesn't come at the expense of everyday comfort. This is a car you wouldn't hesitate to take on a road trip, run errands or commute in. Ride comfort is commendable with the standard adaptive air suspension, even with the larger optional 21-inch wheels and their less cushy tire sidewalls. The climate control is tri-zone and works relatively well. The seat ventilation and heaters work well too. But the seats themselves are nothing special. The cushions are decently soft but lack lateral support considering the Plaid's performance potential, and the adjustments are pretty basic. The rear seatbacks feel a bit upright and the floor sits high, so your knees sit closer to your chest than they would in most other luxury sedans. The absence of a gasoline powertrain means a lot less noise entering the cabin, but there is some that comes from the electric motors, and some to a lesser degree from the road and the wind. This is one of the few areas where Tesla has taken a step back with the new Model S. The controversial steering yoke is the largest pain point here, and the decision to remove the traditional column stocks and replace them with touch-sensitive buttons has made simple everyday actions much more distracting. Even changing lanes requires you to take your eyes off the road momentarily to press the correct arrow button. The big 17-inch touchscreen is a little easier to navigate than the previous Model S touchscreen, but learning the menu structure will take a bit of time. Interior space is decent as far as mid-size sedans go, as is the ease of getting in and out. Notably, there is far more space here than in the Model S closest EV competitor, the Porsche Taycan. The all-glass roof provides lots of headroom, but backseat tow room is a bit tight under the front seats. The floor height is also awkwardly high when you're sitting in back. The Model S is easy to see out of, especially out the front. The Model S fastback hatch makes for a slightly shorter window view out of the back, but not so short to cause any real obstruction. Having Google Maps built in continues to be one of the better navigation experiences, but it's not without issues. In areas of spotty service, you'll either have a slow refreshing map or no map at all. But having the power of Google Search in the car is a huge convenience, not to mention it looks great on a 17-inch touchscreen. The Plaid's 22-speaker sound system is also quite awesome and can push out loud yet rich sound through the cabin. Though Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration has become pervasive in the industry, Tesla still doesn't offer either system. The Bluetooth system offers just one phone connection at a time, while on some other cars you can connect additional devices. At least there are ample options for keeping your devices charged up with 4 wireless chargers, 4 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port. As far as driving aids go, no advanced driving aid system is better known than Tesla's autopilot. It works great in slow-moving and stop-and-go traffic, but it seems to be more easily spooked or confused on roads that aren't clearly marked or aligned with parked cars on the shoulder. Tesla has a tendency to release new features in beta phase 2, making you the guinea pig. This underdeveloped approach feels half-baked. The Tesla Model S is actually a hatchback, and that means there's lots of rear cargo space, plus a bonus front trunk that's easy to access and take advantage of. It features far more cargo space than many rivals, EV or not. The split rear seats fold flat, opening up the space even more. Storage up front is much improved compared to prior years of the Model S. There's a variety of sliding and retracting compartments that better help to organize all your stuff up front. The cup holders still lack an anti-tip design and don't hold drinks all that well, but there are also now door pockets, which means not everything has to go in the center console storage space. Getting a car seat in and out is relatively easy. The doors open wide, though the anchors seem to be buried a little deeper than usual. The lack of headroom might be a bit of an issue when installing a seat. The 2021 Model S boxes, equipped with optional 21-inch wheels, provide an EPA estimated range of 348 miles and a consumption rate of 33 kilowatts per hour per 100 miles. In testing, it was only slightly less than the EPA estimate, managing 345 miles on a single max battery charge at a slightly more efficient consumption rate of 32.1 kilowatts per hour per 100 miles. That's more range than almost every EV except the Model 3 long range. Power consumption is also impressive considering the power of the car. The Porsche Taycan 4S, for example, checks out at 32.3 kilowatts per hour per 100 miles. Is the Tesla Model S Plaid a good buy for the money at nearly $140,000? Well, that depends on what you value. If you're looking for a vehicle with incredible speed and nearly unassailable bragging rights, there is nothing better for the money. However, we found a number of questionable build quality issues, from the driver's door not being aligned correctly to torn rubber moldings and noticeably crooked interior trim pieces. If these sorts of things are overlooked during production, it makes us a bit uneasy about how the more important hardware has been assembled. Build quality aside, access to Tesla's vast supercharger network is one of the best parts of Tesla ownership. It helps relieve range anxiety and can allow you to take the Model S across the country on most major highways without worry. The basic warranty is 4 years or 50,000 miles, which is about average in this luxury EV segment. The powertrain and battery are covered for 8 years or 120,000 miles. Putting aside personal biases of those of us who prefer cars that are fun to drive around corners, the sheer power, speed and the ease of its accessibility make the Model S Plaid incredibly entertaining. It also has a strong sleeper vibe. There's no giant rear wing or other obvious styling element to indicate that you're driving a 1020 horsepower sedan. We heartily respect understatement. Oh, did we mention that we drag raced this car against two of the fastest production motorcycles in existence? Yeah, we did that. And the Model S won. Handily.